What up, y'all? Welcome to We Are Live.
That hoodie is just burning my retinas.
Look how blue it is.
Old blue shirt.
Mm-hmm. That's what they used to call me back in 6th grade. I like see him coming down the hallway, like, oh boy.
No, they said, get him.
Wait.
He's in a gang.
Racist.
No.
As hell.
At that school, you could have been at an all-black school, and they were against gangs. So think about
Vigilantes.
that.
Yes.
Think about
Children
that.
as vigilantes in city schools in St. Louis. Okay.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. 314-669-1431 if you want to text us. Travis, we've got Sentence of the Week.
Oh, yeah. It's a brand new sentence of the week, but we have a little bit of a twist.
Oh.
That's what the kids call
That could
a
be
tease.
interesting. Sam Lyons, local comic, coming in at 9 a.m. He's going to play some recasting call with us. It's an interesting one that I'm not real fond of today. But before we get into that, let's go to the guy who runs the camera.
Oh, yeah?
Chris Gardner, everybody.
Who could that be? Where is he at? Here, Gazi.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Gardner.
What's up, dude?
Do it.
Good morning, Walnuts.
Woo! Put him up, Chris.
Drive
Put
the
him up,
ladies
Chris.
wild.
Chris.
Hi. All right, there we go.
Walnuts. Up
How's
in
my
there.
hair today? It's a
Looks
little
good,
wind
man.
blown,
What are
I
you
think.
putting in it these days?
Yeah, I
Nicotine.
took a Lime scooter to work today.
Oh, so the mane was flowing.
Yeah.
Why is it that you're not heeding Lou Ferrigno's advice? He was the Hulk.
He was the Hulk.
Ooh.
I like my Hulks to be current.
Not my Hulk. That's right. You get him. Get you some Mark Ruffalo in your life. Ruffle it up.
That and I'm lazy.
Oh.
Probably more so than I'm
How
lazy.
was the scooter ride in?
It wasn't bad today. New personal record.
What was the time?
10 minutes, 48 seconds
From the C-Dub?
from my apartment to here.
That's pretty impressive.
I know. I'm getting better.
Are you coming
leave-
through
you
Main
leave pretty
Street?
early, yeah.
Uh,
Are you
No,
how
I
are you
mean-
getting to? How are you doing this?
Um,
And are you running into traffic at all?
no.
Interesting.
No, I'm weaving in and out of some dead end streets in the West End because I
Okay.
can.
Does the scooter ever go like?
There's really not a sound.
Why would
to
you?
it.
Why would you suggest that the scooter's
You don't
making
ever
that sound?
You don't
Chris?
ever wear it out. I don't know if these
Chris-
are made for small
Chris,
Asian children
are you
or what.
implying something?
You haven't rode one, have
No,
you?
and I won't. I think
I don't think you understand how these work.
Have you ever maxed out a scale? I think that would happen if I stepped on that thing.
Is that what?
No, it wouldn't.
It would go XXX. It'd be like, get off! Stop! You're not a small child or a wispy man.
It's a very smart scooter. I would love for it to say, Chris, are you drinking the coffee with the sugar in it? I can tell you're not anymore. Quite light these days.
No, but I've gotten it down to. I think you know where I think I improved my time
Where's that?
is I'm taking the turns a little faster and harder now.
Oh, okay.
You're getting fast and loose, and you're bragging about it. That never turns out bad.
No, let's not get cocky.
I'm going
Gardner.
I'm going wide and
Gard-
then leaning into it.
Gardner, no.
Oh, it
okay,
is.
Gardner, no. Let's slow. Let's slow down.
I might try and show you a little later.
Let's slow down.
My scooter's still outside.
God, can you not?
Yeah.
It's Friday. I don't want to have to go to anyone's urgent care.
Should have some lime scooter races. Where do you do like drag lime scooter racing in this area? Like,
Probably
Lindbergh
the
in
Grove.
South County, Hall Street in North.
Like I got healthcare right now. I don't know if I can do.
We
all
should
of this.
start a league, like an underground league.
But you just put on all the flyers drag race, and then people show up in drag, and everybody's confused. But then I don't think if you showed up in drag to ride a scooter,
You could do that in the
I think
Grove.
that'd be pretty
down
see?
Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. That's the next event. Naked
Limes?
bike ride was one thing, and now we'll have a drag race.
You excited for the naked bike ride this year?
Oh, I've never been excited about anything like that.
Oh, the smells
Oh, stop. Stop.
overtakes the city.
Stop.
It's bad.
I look forward to another Facebook posting from an out of towner who happens upon the naked.
My heavens.
Right.
Somebody
Those
somebody
are-
was really
I'm
upset
traveling
last
to the
year.
city for the apples and the mango mart, And
the Mango Mart.
the Mango Mart.
Yeah,
I don't know.
St. Louis is known for its Mango
I don't know
Mart.
why people come into the city. They come in maybe for the mangoes.
Yeah, we are known for mangoes.
They come into the city with their kids and they see the naked bike ride. Sodom and Gomorrah's in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Shut it down. I gotta relax. It's just a little dong dong.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a little. It's about freedom. No,
Keep
I
that
ain't
baby.
gonna lie. I tried it.
Yeah, you tried that
I
for a
tried
second.
that. I didn't. I don't care.
You
for
said it's
it.
about freedom, and then
No,
you,
it's
it's
like-
just you settled in
No,
for a
I
second.
settled in, yeah.
I got nothing.
Reality set in. That's what happened. I was just like, I don't care for any of those worldly bodies. Is that the appropriate way to
I don't know.
worldly bodies? They were secular. They're secular skin. Too much for my Christian eyes.
I will say this. We'll get to Fair Foul in just a second. Got a chance to talk to Billy Corbin yesterday. His new movie Screwball is out. We'll have that as a standalone episode. So be sure to check out the iTunes feed if you're a fan of Cocaine Cowboys.
That'll
I
be
like
out
the
before
U-
noon today.
Before noon.
Yeah.
Cool. I like to hear
My
that.
good friend Willie Coe, also known as Billy Coe or Billy Corbin.
Yes. So Billy Corbin, check that out later today. So Fair or Foul today.
Okay.
What you got there, Gardner? Looks like you and Travis really smoked a blunt and thought of this one together.
Instead of Shakespeare in the park, Medea in the park.
This is a game changer, and I'll tell you why.
It's a new idea. We've been thought showering.
So Medea, Tyler Perry is wrapping up her character, his character, their character. And it's been very successful, but now Tyler Perry would like to focus on another chapter of his artistic career. He's a very good actor, obviously a very successful writer, director, and we should honor that. The same way we honor Billy Shakes, a.k.a. William Shakespeare.
Okay.
What do? Around cities across the country, there's Shakespeare in the park, celebrating the great plays of William Billy Shakes Shakespeare. What if we started the Medea in the Park movement, where every major city in America can put on their version of Shakespeare, but using Medea? Medea does Shakespeare in the park. Now, first off, copyright it. Already did it. You know
Got
how? Because I just said it on this podcast.
That's not how it works.
So
but
I
okay.
think it's official.
It's a good start, though.
Okay. Second, you're telling me you wouldn't want to walk through Forest Park one summer afternoon and you hear, hallelujah! I think you would.
Well, they already have Shakespeare Glen in Forest Park, right across from the. It's right by the zoo. That area in between the zoo and the art museum. It's a nice little spot.
It's a very nice spot.
I've been there for Shakespeare in the Park. a
Look,
couple
here
times.
next month in May, I'm not sure if it starts in May, but I think it starts maybe in June. Nevertheless, on some nice, cool summer nights, sit back with your lady, nice bottle of Merlot, watch you some Billy Shakes. Billy Shakes all night long, baby.
All right.
See how romantic it is?
That's a
But
great
now
plan.
imagine
I'm on board with this.
if you show up and it's Medea doing Billy Shakes. You telling me Othello
She lives
with
on.
Medea wouldn't be as powerful? Can you imagine Romeo and Juliet?
So this is not Medea. We're not turning Medea movies into plays.
No, we're turning Medea is going to do Shakespeare.
Okay. So will she play like the lead character?
She would, or she will show up in some fashion throughout the William Shakespeare plays.
Right.
Hamlet. I don't know what that's about, but I think a dad kills a son
Okay.
and a daughter tries to get with her mama. How is that not perfect for a Medea? I think that's Hamlet. Romeo and Juliet. What you had? You had two gangs, Bloods and the Crips. You had
Montagues and the Capulets.
so you had little mama. You know, she was like, "Oh, I'm kind of feeling old boy over there." Romeo's like, "Damn, she kind of thick," and so they kind of become cool. But they wrote Bloods and Crips.
Yeah.
They don't get along. So boom, that's Romeo and Juliet with Medea.
It's urbanized. in
Yeah,
a
very
way.
much so. So that's what you would get. So we're going to put together a logo, a
I like
T-shirt
this.
design, a series, a whole nine.
So
We're going to
that's
make
the
this
fair
happen.
foul topic today. You can win $10 to Buzz Hawaiian Grill. The Black Sheep just showed me a photo. I believe he's coming in town from the Jefferson City area.
Well, let's put a stop
on
to
Monday.
that immediately.
Oh no, he sent a photo that said, "Sure hope all these places are still open." He has got
he's here to collect.
a year and a half. No, he's got a year. He's got them. He received them.
So he's ready to.
He got a year and a half worth of gift certificates that he's about to unload on the greater St. Louis area.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That should
Southtown
be
Pub
interesting.
is about to get raided this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Sheep, you coming to town? Hit your boy up. I'll go along with you.
What wine and cheese pairing is best for Medea in the park?
Ooh.
I would say
JBL Tackle.
Havarti,
And Mad Dog.
and MD 2020, no doubt about it. That Havarti, because it hits that sweet blueberry juice of MD 2020. It's about the same color as my hoodie.
That's what we should do is find, and we can help out people that, everyone's going to be new to this, right?
Yes.
We can help out people and actually have on a website suggestions for different pairings of cheeses and malt liquors.
And the idea of this
I love
particular
I love
idea,
how serious you guys are about this.
because
It's
here's
great.
what's going to happen. See, Shakespeare in the Park is to get a younger generation, just to get more people into the works of Billy Shakes. This will get more people into the works of Medea. Finally, white people will be able to go home and comfortably watch
This is the
all
most-
the Medea movies.
The most daring crossover in the history.
in the history of literature.
Yeah.
This is
And
something.
movies.
Yes.
In theater.
Yes.
I have never heard anything like this. It's incredible.
It's absolutely a game changer. And just think about the minorities who now will come out to learn about William Shakespeare. Think
Will the
about the
cops
white
be
people who will
called?
learn about Medea. Probably because we will bring a grill or seven.
You can't bring your grill.
Well, where's the sign that says you can't bring a grill?
Okay.
I'm just saying, if there's no sign, we bring in a grill. So if you're going to tell people not to bring a grill, you better get with your local
As long
officials
as I can
and put
be
a sign
involved
up.
with getting some of what's ever being grilled.
Oh, okay, yes. Yes.
Because I'm not going to let you take all the grills and then
Not have anything to eat.
have the Shakespeare.
No, that's
part
fair.
of it
That's
too.
completely fair. No problem.
Not that I want to move on past this topic. I mean, this is genius level stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
your
also
support.
see a genius level poll for Twitter.
Oh.
It's known as the Melee.
Yeah.
Travis, this one's top notch.
All right, here we go. What
This
is-
stems from a discussion yesterday as I had a poll out for my personal Twitter account
Mm-hmm.
asking if people would attend a viewing party of the Robert Kraft handjob.
How did that
video
end up
with
for the rest of the day? What was the tally?
over
You remember?
2,000 votes?
Oh,
Over
my.
2,100 votes. I think it was like 53-47 no, but it was a tight one.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a clear-cut victory. That's not. I guess some
There's no
say it's-
mandate.
They would say it's a mandate because
Okay.
it's over 50%. But I mean, it's a yes or no poll, so that's going to happen, really. But somebody responded. One of the commenters once, I guess, I was retweeted by an Infowars fella. One of the commenters said, "Comedy is hard."
He did.
So today
Boom,
we asked
roasted.
the question on the Melee, is comedy hard? Yes, no, or somewhat are your three options.
Chris,
You know, we've got an intern now, and I can tell there's support behind this work.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Things are already moving in the right direction, guys.
do you think comedy is hard?
Inherently, yes, but let's break this down a little more.
I'll tell you what. Comedy is hard, but so is life. You got to live hard to be hard. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
Which is
saying.
why I need to let you know that St. Louis Counseling Services is here to help. See, we make it look like we planned a live read. Is that no? You don't want to do that?
Oops.
You have to live hard to be hard?
There it is, baby. There it is.
Are there other ways to be hard?
Yeah, several. Just got to focus. Concentrate.
Cankles wants to scrap the fair foul and just say, do an old school one. This sucks. Trashing your Medea in the park idea. I think we'll be okay.
I get why Cankles
Man, this is good.
You know what?
I can just toss him something.
Because
we got all time.
I'm glad Comedy is Hard is also part of the melee. Because Kankles is a prime example.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you come out, big boy? We got a couple spots.
We're doing
no. Hold on, Chris, because I'm on camera
sorry.
3 right now,
Oh.
and I need to talk to Kankle because he didn't open his mouth. Interrupting my Friday segment. You know I enjoy this show on Fridays. The other days of the week, I don't care to be here, but this is my day. And you coming in here dissing my fair file. Well, how about this, buddy? How about you next Thursday, 5 minutes? Let's see it. Let's see old Big hide behind the computer can get on stage without being lubricated and make a couple of jokes, make a few women laugh. When was the last time you made a woman laugh without her looking at your naked body? Bring it, boyo. You didn't poke the bear.
Don't say that.
You've poked the bear. And you
Travis
better
is calling
believe
listeners.
I'm hard enough to poke back.
That was good. That was good. Do you feel good about this sequence? You thought yesterday's show was bad?
Did you
Screeching
say,
to a halt.
Did you say bring it, boyo?
Bring it, boyo.
What's boyo?
I feel like that's what like Chicago cops used to say back in the 60s.
Boyo?
Hold it there, boyo.
Kankles accepts.
No. Kankle accepts. Mm-hmm. Right into my trap. Right into my trap.
There's a little bit of an announcement. Last night, we moved Free Comedy Thursday to Free Comedy Thursday on a Friday. A little bit of a lineup change. We'll have Chris Sear close it out tonight. But comedy tonight at Southtown Pub at 8 o'clock.
Oh, boy.
Last night, we moved it. Weather got bad. Patio was closed, so we thought, it's going to be super busy because of the Blues playoff game. I'm not sure that people... settling in
It
for
wasn't
for
a
hockey.
suitable environment for our
Right.
comedians.
We're not going to be like, hey, let's run you up here in between
Right.
periods when everybody's getting up to pee.
Right.
So we're going to do, thankfully, Southtown has some time open tonight. We'll do Free Comedy Thursday on a Friday at 8 o'clock tonight. And our buddy Chris Sear will headline the evening. Be a great time. Stop by karaoke
Chris
tonight.
Sear. I love him
as
so much.
well. Travis, the Blues game moved the comedy to tonight, but it also moved the needles in St. Louis.
Nice.
There it is.
Damn.
We haven't been going super deep on local sports, but I don't know. NHL playoffs, there's nothing better. Blues win a thriller last night in the final seconds of the game. You excited to see it keep going?
Well, we don't go heavy on sports because we try to make the conversation general for everyone to participate, but we are St. Louisans. We live here, and we have 2 sporting franchises that absolutely galvanize our communities. And yesterday, or last night, in Manitoba, the St. Louis Blues went into a hostile environment and immediately dropped 2 early goals. But they fought, clawed, dare I say, survived.
What's going on with you?
They
What's
made it to the
happening
third period, and they got a power play, and they scored. Ryan O'Reilly, how about that pickup in the offseason? Yeah. Blues then get a controversial goal late in the third to tie it up at 2-2. Mm-hmm. And then Jaden Schwartz has been kind of a ghost for the St. Louis Blues over the last couple of months. Haven't been able to see much of him. He came through.
How much time was left?
15 seconds in the third period, where we're heading into overtime, and Mr. Schwartz puts I guess they call it the biscuit, in the cart. And that was that. Blues win 3-2. Blues lead series 3-2 as they head back to the Lou. And I think it's going to be a party at the Prize.
And Southtown Pub, because they're a great local bar that'll benefit from the Blues playoffs continuing. They have a shuttle as well.
I mean, that's what normally happens. I mean, when there's an event, like a sporting event that goes on, the economy naturally grows because people are out drinking and eating, and so that's what's going to happen. I don't know why. We have to go over this every year. Every damn year.
Other sporting news.
Well, we have the goal as well.
Oh,
Now, let's see this goal.
Wow.
That's a sweet-ass goal that absolutely, the entire city of St. Louis erupted.
Let's see it.
Free. Shankly can't
You see that? See how quick that was?
I do not believe it. Schwartz has given the Blues with 15 seconds to go. A 3-2 lead. This is crazy.
And Gardner, I'm going to ask you to do that one
Yeah,
more
'cause you
time.
were talking over
Yeah, I
it.
stepped on Panger because this is the best part, Chris.
Three. Shankly can't clear it. Bozak in front. They score. Schwartz tipped it in. I do not believe it. Schwartz has given the Blues with 15 seconds to go. A 3-2 lead. This is crazy.
Panger,
Going wild.
friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
And he asked, "Ah! Oh!" which was the reaction of everyone in the city last night.
A little Earl-esque.
It was.
It really was.
It was pretty. It was really cool to watch. The Blues, they were lifeless in the first, I guess, 15.
Was funny going
Minutes
back
of
and
that game.
checking timelines this morning on social media.
Yeah.
At one point, everybody kind of lamenting the same old Blues.
I think there was a Yale Hollander that posted a picture of toast with the Blues emblem on it.
Oh.
So it looks like a lot of people after the first goal for the Winnipeg Jets came 12 seconds into the game.
I saw that one.
So before people were getting seated, they were already down 1-0, down
Everyone
2-0
was
at
in
the
their
1.
seats. You just fell into a cliche.
Okay.
They were all in their seats. It was a Winnipeg whiteout.
Okay.
I saw the crowd. Everyone
Okay.
it was full. It was packed.
Okay. So no one was in the parking lot.
You just fell into a
Okay. Yes, sir.
traditional sports
I
cliche.
apologize. I did.
Because something happened early. Oh, they're all parking their cars. They're all getting in their seats.
They were already present, according to Chris
Yeah.
Gardner. I
You're
do
just making
apologize.
it all up as you go.
I am so sorry.
As the resident president of inclusion for the Blacks and Blues hockey fan club, are you entertained?
This is great for sales. This is great for sales.
Oh, good.
Sales like so today, because normally when I come into the office, I focus 98% of my
So
time.
is it helping
on-
the small businesses and local economy then?
No, this is helping me specifically.
But you're
I wouldn't consider myself a small business. I
Okay.
consider myself a hustler. STL is a hustler.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a T-shirt idea, write it
All
down.
right.
yeah,
But
it's never been done.
But
Yeah.
normally what I do when I come into the office, 90% of the time, I'm working on We Are Live things.
Oh.
From time to time.
Not things for yourself?
Oh, no, not things for myself. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to change it up
You
today.
mean you're not thought showering a alt-right name generator for online that only shoots out the name John Wayne with me? We're not thought showering an idea.
That's
like
what you
that?
guys do here?
We may have spent most of our lunch planning that. Sure.
I didn't come up from a cigarette yesterday all excited saying, hey, when they release this craft video, we should do reaction videos.
I mean,
Is that what we're doing here?
that was on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
And it's still We Are Live related.
Okay.
But yeah, so that may spend time today focusing on the Blacks and Blues design because I think folks are going to re-engage into
Do you
the
think
movement.
the bandwagon's ripe to get back on?
Oh, no doubt about it. So it's going to be a lot of fun this Saturday. You got Blues that night. You got the Cardinals, Mets in the afternoon. St. Louis is going to be popping on 420. Then you got Young Jeezy at the pageant. It's going to be lit in the Lou this weekend. Blacks and Blues. Now, that's just the prototype shirt that you're currently seeing there.
Mm-hmm.
But you better believe it, boys and girls. The Blacks and Blues are coming. And it's going to be a pounding.
Wow. Really on one today.
Yeah.
Because you Blacks and Blues, you beat up. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Come on,
Pounding.
guys. Grow up.
You're talking about being hard earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big news here in St. Louis. It's national news too, but out of Beverly Hills, California. Ready for this, Trev?
Okay.
Major League Soccer owners decided on Thursdays to expand by 3 teams to 30 and enter into exclusive, formal discussion with the top 2 bidders,
Yeah.
Sacramento, California, and St. Louis, Missouri,
By
for
the
spots in the league.
David Hunn was basically hinting that there is big news to come. And as the professional, David Hunn kept it close to the chest. We were happy to have him on our show, and he exploded all over us with big
My
news yesterday.
God.
What are you guys doing? Listen, shut up. I'm trying to tell a news story.
I know.
You guys stop interrupting me with your childish little giddies. Get it together. But yeah,
From Carolyn
He
Kindle.
kept it close to the vest.
he kept close to the vest. He got
You
to,
said close to the chest.
where is the vest located?
Okay.
Where is the vest located? Do you put a vest on your arm, on your neck? No, your vest is on your chest. Same difference. Is it though? Is it to the Jets?
One of the key players, Carolyn Kendall Betts, said in a statement that her group, while thrilled to hear the news, still has a lot of work to do. And in quotes, this doesn't guarantee us an expansion spot. She said she looks forward to continuing working with MLS and Commissioner Garber towards the goal of bringing MLS to the country's soccer capital. Talking about St. Louis, of course. I think it's interesting, right? It's good. It's a good step forward. I like the idea.
Entering into exclusive rights, we were talking about it a little bit before we went to air. Look, these are major, very respected companies in enterprise and worldwide technology. So they've already spent, I would imagine, a decent amount of money to get it this far. Mm-hmm. So I mean, again, I'm not in the room. None of us are, but I'm sure they expected this announcement. I'm sure they kind of had an idea that this is where it was going. And look, they said they were all in from the beginning. So considering the track record of these two companies, you would like to think that this is all but a slam dunk. Anything can happen, of course, but you're very, very happy today if you're St. Louis, if you're even just a casual St. Louis sports fan, because
if you're just a smidgel into soccer.
Yes. Even just I'm interested to see how the city responds to this. But as much as I think there are other important projects for the city, this is a step in the right direction of turning around downtown. This is absolutely what downtown needs. And I hope everyone
think about that in the next few years. You could have live soccer, Union Station, rocking with the
aquarium and St. Louis is moving. That you look, we sit up here sometimes and we get a little bit too negative Nancy and we start to doubt ourselves a lot. This is actual good news. We should be happy about this news. I'm not saying let's throw a party, but I think St. Louisans should walk around today with their chest a little bit out, knowing that the city's. If you're wearing a vest, it's kind of cold today. That's why I went with chest this time. But they're probably you have you're in this moment you can be happy about.
Okay, then I'll be happy.
Okay,
all right.
Be happy.
I won't be worried about the city losing 5,000 people last year or anything like that, as it was recently reported.
I don't know if this brings.
Stay away from that then.
I mean, considering the demographics, I think this is a solid. Look, soccer in an urban city can boost population, as Chris likes to point out, business growth. Mm-hmm. So I can't look at this completely in the negative. I do also recognize there are other things I would like the city to prioritize. And I think you can do both. I think you can still attack those issues and do something like this.
There was a hiccup recently where the Board of Aldermen was voting to give the Port Authority expanded power to help with a certain part of the financing, in which the Port Authority would be able to levy a certain tax or allow the ownership group to do a certain tax at the stadium. That did not pass because the Board of Aldermen were worried about giving the Port Authority expanded power, which is understandable.
Very understandable.
So there was a hiccup, and we had seen what Sacramento was doing. When you put out pictures, momentum swings your way.
That is true.
There have not been renderings released recently by the MLS group in St. Louis. We're expecting them by the end of the month. But this is news that was it wasn't a foregone conclusion that they were going to expand to 30.
It was not.
But there was, it seems, rumors and whispers starting that was a possibility.
Well, they increased the expansion fees.
Yeah, that helps for them.
I believe by an additional $50 million.
Yeah.
Do we think
so if you're talking about adding 3 new teams, that's a lot of extra dough in the pocket of those current owners in the MLS. And someone made the point, I heard it this morning, but basically the revenue strategy presently for the MLS, expand. I mean, right now the MLS isn't making money. A lot of these teams aren't making money. And so in order for these owners to fill their coffers, pay some bills, expansion is the way to go. So this is where we are.
It's something to keep an eye on.
Definitely something to keep an eye on because, again, St. Louis is going to have to come out. It's just not a steep NFL price tag, but it's still a price tag nonetheless. And again, the MLS has been around now 15 years.
I don't know.
Longer than that.
Has it been? Maybe almost. Maybe we're at 20 years nearly of MLS soccer, and
Whenever
we're still
the New York
scrapping
Red
to
Bulls
make.
and Tony, what's
Yeah.
his name, Tony Miola, and Alexi Lalas, they kicked it off, didn't they?
Look, I think you should be. I think you should be a little bit excited seeing the success of soccer in places like Atlanta and Seattle. So those aren't traditional soccer beds. So to see how people have responded to the MLS in those cities gives you a little bit of excitement because they can fill up NFL stadiums. In Seattle, they 60+ thousand. I think at the MLS Cup this year with Atlanta, close to 70,000. It was a record for the league. So you see the momentum, but it's certainly not even in the same ballpark
Yeah, no, I mean,
as even, I would say, who's the lesser of the four major sports? Hockey?
I just want to know, like, who of the St. Louis businesses gets dibs on the contract for juice and orange slices after each one of their games?
That's a good one.
That's important, and a lot of fighting will happen with that. Does city-county merger in St. Louis affect itself one way or another with soccer coming?
See,
It's
I
a
don't-
good question from the Triangle Assassin.
yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think it does anything
Maybe it
for the
helps.
move. Maybe.
Maybe it
Certain
helps.
demographic of cocks change their.
I mean, who would it
I don't know if it
benefit?
changes
This is a good
No,
question. Who does it benefit?
Well, the city now then would have potentially another
mean, 'cause-
asset if it's viewed as an
Yeah.
asset. But at the same time, it's about who's presenting it. Whatever. There's obviously a lot of money behind the Better Together crew right now, but
It is a lot.
that seems to be getting torn apart, or at least there's.
It's getting attacked, but they're
adversaries
putting up
and-
solid defenses. Better
Yeah.
Together, they have momentum. And I think, and that's a good question because I don't think we can dismiss their proposal and how it's gained steam over the last couple of months, even with
We
some.
witnessed yesterday how they're doing it. They're buying people off.
How anybody does anything.
Yeah, essentially. So, I mean, I guess we have to call that
You
momentum.
need an official podcast.
And I'm not gonna applaud that. Why would I applaud that?
I don't think it deserves to be applauded, but I think
That's like when people say, "Oh, they're just playing the game." Well, it doesn't matter to me.
I think
you don't have to play.
I
the
think
game.
the appearance, and again, this is just conjecture, but I would imagine the MLS folks see that maybe, there's a movement to unify the city
Yeah.
that maybe bumped the movement for soccer in St. Louis just a little
I think
bit. It may have played a small role.
the event of an MLS match could be fun in St. Louis. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it looks like that. I know we think of the demographics a certain way, but it looks like, to me at least, that it's, what do they call it, the millennial sport or something
Yeah.
like that, that there could be at least bringing youth to the city. I mean, this is not a game changer. When I hear people say that,
No, I wouldn't do I wouldn't go that far.
it's not.
It's
It's not going to.
no.
I mean, and it's in the central part of the city. It's downtown.
And people should get rid of that thought process of thinking, certainly as sports or sport organizations being the complete savior of a downtrodden urban area. That should not be your
You
focus.
need more than NGA
Yes.
is more important than MLS.
Agreed.
I mean, they employ a lot more people, and in a particular area, that's like fascinating in a way too.
Yeah.
But it's cool, and it would be fun. And I mean, we focus on the MLS part, but the stadium would bring. I mean, there's absolutely no way that they get everything done. That, to me, I just don't see how St. Louis isn't hosting a Final Four in collegiate soccer
Yes.
at some point.
Agreed.
In the next 15 years.
Definitely. Completely agree.
Or becomes a destination for something like that.
But I think because
There's other events that you're going to be. They'll do concerts there. They'll do other
Absolutely.
stuff. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's just another venue to.
Now, here's the good part about the St. Louis deal. I did speak to Billy Corbin, and we'll have that as a one-off conversation. That's the director of Cocaine Cowboys, the U, and the newest movie, Screwball. He is a big... I feel like he lines up with us, like, what's up with all these municipalities in Miami, because that's where he's from.
They
And he
have
just
almost a
sees-
similar situation.
He always, and he always, throws a big thumbs down, like, because the
So
Miami
public funding,
Marlins
yeah.
stadium, he calls them welfare stadiums for billionaires, because they are, right?
are.
It was, good on them for figuring out it was a trick they could pull off for a long time. Either way, he said Beckham and the Miami team, they went about it the old school way and just bent over and gave them all the money for the team, whereas St. Louis is privately funded. with the group from Enterprise.
And in the Miami area, they are going to have trouble going forward after what went down with the Marlins Stadium, and especially was it David Sampson, the president there, bragging, and I think there's an audio
like we
audio
basically
of it bragging about how they took the city.
Yeah, they got
to
over
task
them. Yeah,
and got what they wanted, and when you're braggadocious about it in that way, people just see it as disingenuous. Obviously,
but here's my question for you guys: can we now definitively say? And I know again, they're at the 1 yard line. They still nothing's official, but the reason why we're
soccer, is there a 1 yard line?
I don't know how that works. Is this like a penalty kick, Chris?
Sure.
Okay. It's not offsides.
Do we have to learn soccer more?
I think we have
yeah.
to. No. But the fact is that...
To give you a list of vernacular for soccer, Travis.
Okay.
We'll have to give you a list.
Oh, yeah. I would say all I know is the pitch.
Footy. You call it footy?
Okay.
Some people
on
call
the
it
foot
footy.
pitch.
Foot pitch.
But we talked about this before, to Billy Corbin's point about public funding stadiums. That was the initial proposal for St. Louis in order to attract MLS soccer. And the city voted it down. And are we at the point now?
People in the county blame it city residents.
Exactly. So to my point, do the county residents now need to officially apologize to those city residents for standing up for themselves and letting everyone know, no, we're not coming out of pocket for this. And it still worked out. So it showed the point that you can do this without gouging taxpayers. So I believe the people of St. Louis County owe the folks in the city a huge apology. And you should probably buy them.
Oh, there's a good way to make a city-county merger happen.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They always sit back and say,
you have
the
to stick
city
to what you
folks,
want.
we don't want to be a part of the city. But now you got the NGA, the soccer, you got the aquarium. Things are moving. I think the county owes the city an apology. And they should do it today.
Okay.
And as a county resident,
Travis, please
I would like to apologize to the city. Chris, on behalf of those ignorant buffoons in the county, I apologize.
Well, on behalf of a great small business in the city, Getaway Golf Carts.
Oh, nice.
Accepts your apology. They're
Nice.
great
What a
company.
great way. How about a great way to get to the new soccer stadium, Chris?
Get your golf cart now. Prices are gonna skyrocket when that soccer gets there. For Getaway Golf Carts, you can check out their website, getawaycarts.com. They're part of the Carte Blanche movement, which is Gardner's very, very politically driven, agenda-charged movement.
They all are.
They all are. What makes Getaway Carts so unique is the one-on-one service you receive when you purchase or take your cart there for anything. Owners Joe and Fred pride themselves on representing their tagline of customize without limits by letting you pick out everything about your cart. When purchasing through Getaway Carts, you can pick your cart, color, seats, lift, wheels, and tires, lights, everything, Travis. With over 55-star reviews, you can count on Getaway Carts to build you the cart of your dreams. They offer service plans and commercial parts as well. Getaway Carts is also the newest best dealer of all new Sirius EV and Star EV golf carts and LSVs. Call or text 314-650-2951 to set an appointment, or just email them at info@getawaycarts.com.
Getaway Carts, vroom, vroom. Watch out, Grandma.
It's always weird. It's rainy today. Rainy and cold. Good Friday.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of
no
that?
wonder why it was so easy for me to get to the streets of the offices today.
Yeah, Catholic City.
That's right. I was like, man, there is no traffic right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. People are off today. Which is good because it gives Americans time to digest the 440-plus page report of the Mueller investigation. Yes, the redacted version was released yesterday afternoon as we finally got a look, Chris, into the year-and-a-half investigation into Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election. And what did we find out, Chris? Basically everything we already knew.
Yep.
But it was very revealing. We finally got a little bit of insight into what Robert Mueller and his team have been looking at over the last year and a half, and whether all these reports we have heard throughout that time were true or not, what was fake news or not. And it turns out what we've been hearing, what was suggested, was indeed very true. We learned that there were meetings, while not organized meetings for the purpose of collusion, according to the report. There were meetings with Moscow officials. There were trading of information in regards to the election with Moscow officials, with people from the Trump campaign. One, Donald Trump Jr.
You fact checking him, Gardner?
How am I doing so far, Gardner?
You're good.
Doing
Well, kind of.
okay.
Because what you've done is fallen into the trap of the president,
Okay.
and you're using the word collusion. What part of collusion was Robert Mueller looking into what we learned from yesterday?
Very true.
He wasn't looking into any collusion
He wasn't.
because that was not the term that would be appropriate to use. It would be conspiracy.
Okay.
They were looking into conspiracy law.
And we learned.
So the reason you could tweet out, let's say if you're the president, there's
No
no
collusion, 'cause no collusion
is
was
because
being
they
sought.
weren't looking into
Right.
collusion to begin with. It was a different term. So for a person that wants to parse words, we'll explain why he used a certain word he did, because it fit an agenda.
Yes, indeed.
I understand that.
We now also learned
Love
that
agendas.
the president did on numerous occasions.
Here's why don't we do this?
Okay. You have a report?
We have sentence of the week coming up.
Okay.
Maybe a way for you to warm up
Okay.
for sentence of the week is to do a reading of some excerpts.
Oh my. Okay.
Are you so? Because
right.
there's
I'll
some
get
language
settled
in there
in.
that I don't know you would have a great command of.
Okay.
So we get
Openly calling me
we
stupid.
get a reading from the star of Sesame Street.
Here we go.
Okay, so we'll start you off easy here.
All right. Let's here we go.
Can you read this?
Do you want me to do the highlights or the whole thing?
Just the whole thing.
Oh,
Just
wow.
start on the first line at the very end where it says the president's draft.
The president's draft termination letter also stated the morale in the FBI was at an all-time low, and Sanders told the press conference after Comey's
Hold on.
termination.
You just added the word conference.
Thank you.
That word is not in there.
Told the press. Oh, I saw press and I assumed conference. Sanders told the press after Comey's termination that the White House had heard from countless FBI agents who had lost confidence in Comey, but the evidence does not support those claims. The president told Comey at their January 27th dinner that the people of the FBI really like him. No evidence suggests that the president heard otherwise before deciding to terminate Comey. And Sanders acknowledged to investigators that her comments were not founded on anything.
And those comments are from a news conference she gave in which
She said, I've talked to countless FBI agents and they have been coming up to me right and left, Chris. After I put down my crunch sandwich, then they come on over. They wipe the crunch off my heavy chin. And then they tell me that they don't trust no Comeys. That's what they told me.
What up, McComey?
he's a Comey bastard.
That
A pinko Comey.
was a lie. Sarah Sanders.
It's a shocker, right?
Shy. didn't
Now,
see it
does
coming.
Sarah Sanders, I don't know, maybe she doesn't. Do others owe Michelle Wolf an apology? Because I thought Michelle Wolf was
Friend of the show,
just
Michelle Wolf?
telling a joke
Yeah.
about her smoky eye being made of lies.
That was a good joke.
Now
You
find the source.
It seems to be factual now. So it seems some people owe Michelle Wolf an apology. Now, we're
Absolutely.
about apologies this
This
morning.
is what we're doing.
So that seems to be the case to me.
I think people understand the job of press secretary, but to willfully lie when you didn't have to, I doubt anything
You
comes
said
of
you
it.
saw her on Good Morning America?
She was on Good Morning America with George Stephanopoulos this morning, and
How'd you say that right?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
weird.
because George
How
is
did that get
he's
out?
a good-looking guy.
Sometimes
he's a sophisticated journalist. What do you want me to
Sometimes when
do?
there's medical issues like a stroke, like there can be something can get switched where
Yeah.
then it leaves another door open.
He works for ABC House of Mouse. That's probably what it was.
That's what it
Okay.
is.
That's how
You
it
respect him so much that
Yeah,
you...
exactly.
Okay.
That's what it was. But yeah, she was on and she essentially said that I'm not a robot like the Democratic Party, and it was the heat of the moment. So
Because I think that they had said that she intimated that it was a slip of the tongue.
Yes.
But she reinforced, if you watch the video clip, she reinforced that thought repeatedly throughout. So it wasn't...
not only
like-
just throughout that particular conference
So
that
those,
day,
those are lies as well.
she did it again the following day when a reporter followed up. So it wasn't a slip of the tongue because she did the exact same thing the next day with another reporter.
Oh,
So yeah, it was.
what a twat.
Gardner.
Triangle Assassin thinks Travis is back into the White Walker bottle this morning.
Let Chris sniff your cup.
No.
Which, by the way,
Because this is America, not UK, who's banning porn.
We'll get
Here in America, we drink coffees privately.
they
Let
should hire
Chris sniff it.
they should hire Maury to go through all the previous statements and say the report determined that it was a lie.
That was a lie. But that's what happened. So apparently
Black sheep.
the comment that stood out the most, I think, of the entire report so far is the president discovering that he is going to be under, or his campaign is going to be investigated by a special prosecutor. And he essentially tells Jeff Sessions, oh my God, this is the end of my presidency. I'm effed. And apparently started to get ticked off at Jeff Sessions and tells Jeff Sessions, this is essentially why I put you in this position.
He's like,
why aren't you protecting me?
Yes, you're supposed to protect me.
He told his attorney general,
Which is what Bill Barr tried to do yesterday before the report came
which
out.
Bill Barr in his press conference before the release, and we also discovered yesterday that apparently Trump's personal attorney had already read the full unredacted report 3 days ago. Bill Barr came out to the press conference before the release of the redacted version.
Would it be way funnier if it was Bill Burr?
It would be. Just by mistake.
What's going on here?
Wait, what?
What do you want me to do?
Oh, you mean
I'd
Barr?
be like, oh, it's the guy from Zombievers.
But Barr came out and essentially was like, man, what happened was that he just didn't know any better. He was probably committing crimes, but that's because he was stressed out because he was being investigated. That's why he did what he did. He was stressed.
Or that a lot of it didn't get accomplished because the people around the president chose not to listen to what he was telling him to do.
Though he told them to
to do.
commit a crime,
Yes.
they didn't commit the crime
Because-
because it didn't really happen.
Because attempting a crime is not illegal at all. There's no, I mean, if you only attempt it, you're okay then.
It's a very I know we're entering Senate territory, so help me out here, Chris. I'm starting to lose faith in our institutions in our country.
You've been a staunch supporter of institutions prior to this day, huh?
I'm losing faith.
Is that how you're a big institutions
I'm losing
guy?
faith in our.
I want to see. If you
The AG came out and pre-spenned a statement for the president of the United States. That's disturbing on every level imaginable, especially to the people who crowed for days on end when Bill Clinton was on the tarmac with Loretta Lynch. So you can't.
Man, you've really followed all
Yeah,
the liberal
this
talking
is
points.
really
Oh
going.
man, they sent it to me yesterday. I was like, "Yo,
God, can you believe all this
You're
stuff's
running
happening?
all these down.
I'll say
Man,
this.
Rachel Maddow had me fired up last night. Rachel was on one. Rachel had like a LeBron
got a
game.
cheat sheet there?
Man, she was like, when LeBron was down 3-1 in the NBA Finals with the Warriors, he was like, okay, I got your summary right here. Yeah. She was dunking
You
on
got
it.
a cheat sheet over there.
I have nothing. But Rachel just got me fired up.
I mean, that's every talking point I've seen.
I almost
You're
cut
running them down.
almost
It's
cut my hair
impressive.
like Rachel. I was like, oh, I'm about to give me some bangs. Give me that little swoop. That can I talk to your manager swoop? Mm-hmm. I was gonna be. Y'all lucky I didn't come in here like that today.
Okay, here we are.
I'll tell you the opposite of all this. Gateway Powder Coating and their support is nowhere near
Doing so
this
well.
kind of
You just gave up a hit in the fifth
disappointment.
inning. You had a no hitter going. Why would you choose that segue?
GatewayPowderCoat.com. Check out the website. Fast, durable, affordable. Wonderful company that supports us. And you know what? There will be no reports on them. Only A-plus reports. That's right. Gateway Powder Coating. Find them in the St. Louis area. If you can paint it, you can powder coat it. Get your grills, your wheels, everything done at Gateway Powder Coating today.
What you could have done was said, you know what this investigation needed to be? Fast, durable, and affordable. Just like Gateway Powder Coating. You
Thank
had an
you.
opportunity to take the no-hitter into the seventh inning, and you just hung a curveball to the pitcher.
Sometimes, you know, you're tired of being great all the time. You can't go 10 for 10, you know. You want to drop it down 8 for 10 here and there. So think about that.
I know you don't follow this, and we don't spend a ton of time on it, but does this at all change anything about anything for you in regards to how you see politics, how you see Trump, how you see our current
Kind
state
of
of
more
the
of the
government?
same.
More
Kind
of
of
the
more
same.
of the same.
This is
because
what you saw.
not
Nothing
going
in
to be
that
any
report.
finality out of this.
No, definitely not.
Not
But
going
anything
to affect anything.
Did you expect, though, and it was a report that was very detailed in how brazen this president was when it came to not only lying, but basically trying to circumvent laws and departments in order.
I sound like a jerk, but I mean, come on. Come on, man.
I guess I'm not.
He's a reality TV star who is famous for like making fun of people and being rich.
I guess I'm not surprised by how brazen it was because Trump's a brazen guy. We knew that. I guess I'm surprised how everyone else essentially shrugged their shoulders at
I'm
how
not saying that's all right.
brazen. No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the people in the moment, the people who were around the president. And yes, they didn't go forward with a lot of the things that he commanded, but it seems as if everybody just let it roll off their shoulder as if
it's not noble.
Right. And for everyone to
you did all you did is just not do one thing.
One thing.
You didn't I mean, you should have been telling people things then.
Yes.
Or then you're a snitch.
But here's the thing is,
I'm sorry.
It does make you wonder, though, if those leaks or the stories we've seen coming out of the White House were from some of these very same people who decided not to go through with these orders. Yeah. So that part kind of blew me away. That was the part where I was like, wow, a lot of people.
I don't think it's blowing me away. There's nothing. I mean, I think the president is an MFer. I mean, I think he has absolutely not a single redeemable quality about him. I just don't like. If something happened to him, and this is what I said, I don't care. I think he's a piece of shit. I wouldn't care. So, I mean, this doesn't surprise me, what I've been seeing. What surprises me is some on the left saying, yeah, we'll have to consider what we're going to do.
I think it's very clear what you do.
And some are not.
And you're right.
And that's disappointing.
Steny Hoyer came out. I think he was one of the first notable Democrats to come out and say it's essentially something that they should not explore, or should not dive too deep into.
Why not?
Look, and I'm of the mindset if we're going to sit down and do obstruction of justice for a president,
unless you
that
got
lied under
something
oath
coming
about a sexual affair. You're going to sit up here and tell me we're going to shrug our shoulders at the idea that a guy that was brazen enough to stop a federal investigation into improprieties of his own business and campaign isn't enough to bring about an impeachment for obstruction?
Yeah.
Like, that's silly to me. So, yeah, I'm of the thought that I don't care. I'm not worried about the political outcome. I'm talking about the moral outcome. And the office is the office. Someone else is going to have to occupy that office sometime in the future. And we can't just say, just because you're president, you don't have to face the music, or you can't play the card of, I didn't know any better. And I know it's tired and it's old hat to say, but you can't say with a straight face, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, that Barack Obama makes it to lunch if half of these charges were thrown towards him. He doesn't make it to lunch. Are you telling me that Eric Holder holding a press conference for Barack Obama, and it's just nothing? It happens. The president didn't know any better. So if you were under the mindset that you thought that what the previous predecessor did was, oh boy.
You made it through that, Travis.
The tan suit was a trying time.
We did. That was a tough moment in American history. That's a nice, I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice ass suit. You would wear that, wouldn't you? You wear a lot of jackets.
For sure.
I have a tan suit.
That's a nice ass suit. Then look how good, look at his skin. Look at his amazing smile. Look at them dimples. Look at that fresh hairline, all slim. Look at that. Made me laugh. Yes, you did, Barack. You made me laugh a lot.
Getting a little weird.
Oh boy, you was just the father figure that was there for me through my toughest time.
And now you fight with him over rap lyrics.
Barack Obama told me not to be out here at the strip club throwing up $10,000.
Don't.
I'm sorry. I'm supporting independent contractors.
Okay.
My apologies.
Big shout out to everybody watching on the Facebook live feed. If you want to be part of the fun and win $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill, get your fair fouls in before the end of the show. Email us, wall@weareliveradio.com. The topic today, instead of Shakespeare in the Park, Medea in the Park. That's your topic. Just write an email. Maybe you'll win $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. Guys, been a great first hour. On the other side, we'll have Sam Lyons, comic, coming in. Probably throat's a little scratchy from getting his karaoke on at Southtown last night.
I want to hear my Lions roar.
We'll do some
Sam.
casting call and have some fun. Quick reminder, again, comedy tonight at Southtown Pub. Free Comedy Thursday on a on Friday.
Oh, I like that.
That's
like
right.
Inception.
8 o'clock tonight. Free Southtown Pub. Stop by. Say hello. Guys, we'll take a quick break. We are live. We'll be right back.